Merhaba, 18. Uluslararası Gezici Filmmor Kadın Filmleri Festivali online'a hoş geldiniz. Bugün Dünyanın Sonuna Kadar filminin yönetmeni Florence Bouvy ile birlikteyiz.
Hello,
Hello.
merhaba.
Hello, welcome to the 18th Filmmor Online Film Festival. Today we are with Till the End of the World movies director Florence Bouvy.
Filmde bir çocuğun gözünden babasıyla kurduğu ya da dünyayla kurduğu ilişkiyi izliyoruz, görüyoruz. Çocuk oyuncularla çalışmak biraz zordur diye düşünüyorum. Biraz bize anlatır mı çekim sürecini?
In the movie we are seeing from a child point of view the relationship with his father and her father. I assume it's hard to work with children. Can you tell us about the set process? How was working with children?
Yeah. It actually, I was worried, of course, that it would be very difficult because it's always a challenge to work with children. But I really can say it was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had. And it was quite easy. I will give you a moment to translate before I go on.
İlk başta ben de endişeliydim tabii. Çok büyük bir meydan okumaydı bu, çocuklarla çalışmak. Ama deneyimlediğim en güzel şeydi ve epey kolay oldu beklediğimin aksine.
So when I worked with her on set, I never told her about the story or about the screenplay. She never read it, and we really were building every scene on set, so that the moment that she would hit the emotion, the camera would already be rolling. So that was a really beautiful way of working for me, because you don't really get that rehearsal time and you don't really set anything. So it's very challenging, but also very inspiring because you're improvising a lot.
Okay. Sette ona asla hikaye söylemedik, senaryoyu okumadı. Her şeyi sette kurduk ve kamera zaten çalışmaktaydı ve duygularıyla hareket etti. Asla prova yapmadık. Bu yüzden bunu görmek çok ilham vericiydi.
And I think one more thing that's interesting is that I was constantly talking through the takes. So the sound designer had to do a lot of work afterwards, because during all the takes you will hear me just giving like very physical assignments, like you feel spiders running all over your body, or stuff like that. So that was it was a really like intense collaboration between the two of us.
Bu arada sette sessiz çekimler yaptık. Bu yüzden ben ona sürekli şu an vücudunda örümcekler geziyor gibi sesli komutlar veriyordum. Ve o dediklerim üzerinden hareket ediyordu. Bu yüzden çok yoğun bir iletişimimiz vardı.
Yönetmene soru ya da yorum yazmak isteyen Facebook yorum kısmına yazabilir. Onu hatırlatayım. Filmin genel olarak ışığı ve dokusu biraz karanlık. Yani hani çok güneş görmüyoruz, gün ışığı görmüyoruz. Biraz da teknik bilgi verebilir mi? Yani hani filmi yani niye bu kadar karanlık film?
Also in the movie, the texture and the light were generally dark. We don't see light a lot. The atmosphere was dark. Can you also give information about us? Can you enlighten us about that? Why did you choose this?
Yeah, I think because, of course, the story is very much about this two sides of this father, and the pain that she experiences is mostly in the night. So when the night falls and it gets dark, also he gets dark in a way, and his eyes go empty towards her. So a lot of her fighting and a lot of her struggle takes place at night. So it was a natural thing for us to write it during the night. We actually had to make a lot of scenes day, because else we would have had to shoot our whole film during the night, and that would not have been possible for a child or the crew.
Filmde babanın iki yönünü görüyoruz ve genelde kızın çektiği acı akşamları, babası akşamları gözleri boş bakmaya başlıyor ona karşı. Bu yüzden kızın çabaları genelde akşamları ve senaryoyu da genelde geceleri olacak şekilde yazdık ve akşamları çektik sahneleri. Bu yüzden de her şey genelde karanlık oldu.
Yani burada film yapmak çok zor kadınlar için. Hollanda'da durum nedir?
It is very hard to shooting movies in Turkey for women. How is the situation in Holland for women?
I think it's getting quite good. There are a lot of female filmmakers right now. Of course, there's still there's still the old structures that we are trying to win. There's still relatively less female filmmakers, but it's not as difficult as it is in other countries.
Durum şu an oldukça iyi. Bir sürü film yapan insan var. Tabii ki eski yapı hala korunuyor ve daha az kadın yönetmen var. Ama durumun iyi gittiğini söyleyebilirim.
If I look at, for instance, my class, because I made this film as a graduation film, I had a class of 6 directors, and 2 of them were female and 4 were male. And then I know that the class under us had only male directors, but that was really something that everybody talked. There was a little bit more of a shock than normal. So you can see that people are getting very aware that it's necessary to incorporate female filmmakers.
You have a class with 6 people, 6 persons?
Yeah, so 6 directors.
Okay.
And then my class were 2 female and 4 male.
Benim sınıfımdan da örnek verebilirim. Sınıfımda 2 kadın yönetmen, 4 erkek yönetmen var. Durumun daha iyiye gittiğini söyleyebilirim onlar üzerinden de.
Peki senin için nasıl oldu sinemaya başlamak? Kendi hikayesini, kendi sinema serüvenini anlatır mı?
Can you tell us your own journey? How did you start filmmaking?
Woo! Well, I think I started very young with storytelling in general, so acting and writing, and but my father was a filmmaker, and so I grew up seeing him film and edit, so it was always kind of a natural part of my life. I don't remember when I learned how to edit. Like in my mind, I always knew how to edit. Wait, I'll wait for a second so you can translate.
Benim için çok doğal oldu. Hikaye yazmak, oyunculuk, tüm bunlarla başladım. Çünkü babam bir yönetmendi. O yüzden film kurgusu içinde büyüdüm. Hayatımın doğal bir parçasıydı. Kurgu yapmayı nasıl öğrendiğimi hatırlamıyorum bile.
And then when I graduated high school, I was actually acting a lot. And then I took a moment to think about what I wanted to do. And I realized that for me, in filmmaking, there's this combination of all the creativities that I love. So I could still use this love for acting, but I could also create my own stories and create my own worlds and work with music. So it was this beautiful combination of things. So that's when I was 21, 22, I made the shift to really focus on filmmaking.
Liseden mezun olduğumda durup düşündüm ve bu yaratıcılığı değerlendirmek istedim. Kendi hikayelerimi anlatmak istedim. Bunları müzikle harmanlayıp. Hala oyunculuk kısmı da içindeydi ama film yapmaya karar verdim. Tam olarak 21-22 yaşlarındayken buna karar verdim.
İyi ki de karar vermişsin.
We are glad you chose that part. That part.
Peki bundan sonrası için neler planlıyor? Yani biz çok daha filmlerini izleyeceğiz ya da göstereceğiz diye düşünüyorum. Bundan sonraki çalışmalarıyla ilgili de biraz bilgi verebilir mi?
Of course, we think we will show your movies in the future too. Can you tell us more about your future plans, future projects?
Yes. Well, so with this film in Holland, we have the Dutch Film Fund, and they every time they to certain graduation films they reward a prize so that you get funding for a new short film, and it's a really beautiful construct because they give it to you they call it a wild card, and it means that you can make whatever you want. So no, they will not say like, no, we want it to be more this way. It's really supposed to help you experiment. I will wait.
Sorry, I missed. Is this your graduation project?
So with my graduation project, I won this prize that is funding for a new movie to help me experiment, basically.
Hollanda'da okuldan mezun olurken bir Hollanda Film Fonu var. O fonun yani ödülünü kazandım. Bu çok güzel bir sistem Hollanda'da çünkü asla size sansür uygulamıyorlar. Şu şekilde yapmalısın, bu şekilde yapmalısın demiyorlar.
Yeah. Then what I want to do with this money is actually I want to explore a more liquid narrative, so a way of telling the story where time is more free, less realistic than this film, and I already know that in the theme for me, I think that all my movies in a way are about people trying to love each other, and I really want to tell a story about how do you love someone when you know that you're going to lose them. That's what I'm working on right now.
Bu parayla daha akışkan bir anlatım ve daha az gerçekçi bir film yapmak istiyorum. Genel olarak filmlerimde zaten tüm filmlerim benim insanların birbirini sevmeye çalışmasını anlatıyor ve birini kaybedeceğini bilirken onu nasıl sevebilirsin? Asıl derdim bu.
And I think actually I was thinking 2 weeks ago, because I've been working on this for a long time, because I wanted to really wait until the story came to me. But I realized a couple of weeks ago that somehow children keep inspiring me. So this perspective on a child, on our world and our struggles that we as grown-ups face is just very touching to me. So I do think I wanna work with a child again on the next film, because I just feel that there's I feel like we all have that child in us, and so it's nice for us to look through those eyes again.
2 hafta önce şunu fark ettim, aslında 2 hafta kadar oldu. Bu hikaye bana gelene kadar çok bekledim ve şunu fark ettim, çocuklar bana çok ilham veriyor ve çok dokunaklı onların hikayeleri. Bu yüzden bir sonraki filmde tekrar bir çocukla çalışmak istediğimi fark ettim. Çünkü biz hepimiz o çocukların bakışlarındaki o ifade sahibiz ve bu beni çok etkiliyor filmlerimde bunları kullanmak.
Bir soru var, onu ileteyim. Hollanda film sektöründe Me Too hareketi yankı buldu mu? Kadın ve erkekler arasında ücret eşitliği var mı? Nedir Hollanda'da durum?
Okay. İki soru var o zaman, değil mi? 2 questions. One of them is in this Me Too movement you heard in America it started, and in Holland film industry this also have have an impact, this Me Too movement? And also second question is, is there a wage salary equality between women and men film industry workers in Holland?
So first about the Me Too movement. Yeah, I do believe it had a big impact in our culture in general. So especially we had a couple of we still have it going on where there are investigations both in theater and film on power abuse, and we had a couple of very big scandals that came out. And I think that it is really, you see that people are very, there's in a way, there's a type of fear now to, you know, make a mistake. So people are taking it very serious. I feel like they are, companies have like independent people that you can talk to tell your story, you know. So I feel like people are really trying to create a safe environment now.
Yani çok büyük bir etkisi oldu. Çünkü Hollanda'da da soruşturmalar açıldı. Özellikle güç suistimali üzerine tiyatro ve sinema endüstrisinde çok büyük skandallar ortaya çıktı. Şu an insanlar daha çok hata yapmaktan korkuyorlar ve daha güvenli bir çalışma ortamı yaratmaya çalışıyorlar.
On the second question, wait, what was it again?
Is there a wage equality between men and women film industry workers?
I have to say, I honestly don't know very well because I graduated so recently, and so for me, I don't know enough about the field yet to really tell you, but I do know that in Holland, in general, there is still a wage gap. So for me, it would be only logical that would also be in film. It's that's a problem throughout the country still.
Bu soruya çok iyi cevap veremem çünkü çok yakın geçmişte mezun oldum. Fakat genel olarak Hollanda'da maaşlar arası, ücretler arası bir eşitsizlik var. Bunun farkındayız. O yüzden tahmin ediyorum ki sinema sektöründe de vardır.
Maalesef evet. Buradaki uçurum çok daha fazla sanıyorum. Son olarak kendisinde eklemek istediği bir şey varsa, işte pandemi, bütün dünya olarak çok zor zamanlardan geçiyoruz. Her şeyi etkilediği gibi sinemayı da etkiledi elbette. Bundan sonrası için sinemayı nasıl ilerleyeceğini görüyor, nasıl düşünüyor? Bir de bütün kadın sinemacılar için son sözlerini duymak isterim ben.
Okay, lastly, pandemic, this COVID affected all areas and also cinema industry. So, and so for the future projects, what do you foresee this pandemic situation, and also for the last, what do you think? What do you have to tell all these women in Turkey?
Can you repeat the second part of that, because I didn't hear it correctly?
Oh, sorry. And lastly, do you have any words for our listeners, for women and everywhere in the world?
Yes. Well, first about the pandemic, I find it very difficult to foresee how it will develop, because it feels like every 2 weeks it's changing so much. Here in Holland now we have that we can film again, but it's a little bit vague whether actors can touch each other or not on set. So I feel like that could change in a month or in 2 months. I do think that slowly everything will start up again, so that it will be able to continue. And final words for especially the women, well, I think it's really wonderful that a festival like this is so invested in the emancipation of women. Wait, I will let you translate first, because else I go on for too long again.
Listen after wonderful.
Sorry, what did you say?
I couldn't hear after wonderful. You were frozen.
Yeah, but maybe first translate and then I will respond to the second part.
İlk olarak pandemiyle ilgili burada 2 haftada bir her şey değişiyor çok fazla. Şu an Hollanda'da tekrar film çekebiliyoruz ama aktörler birbirlerine dokunmamalı sette gibi kurallar var. 1-2 ay içinde bu tekrar değişebilir ve yavaş yavaş normale döneceğimizi ve devam edebileceğimizi düşünüyorum.
So the second reaction, what I would like to say to especially female filmmakers is, I really believe that it's so important for the female perspective to be told, and that women, especially in countries where we get told that maybe we are less or that we do not deserve to tell these stories, we start to believe that our stories are not worthy or that our stories are not as important. And I think it's really fundamental that we start to... Oh, did she go?
I think her internet connection not good, so maybe she can back again. I will write. Please go on.
Okay. So what I was just trying to say is that I think it's important for women, and not only the female white European perspective, but the whole, every female perspective in the world, to really tell their story and to be shared, so that finally women can own their voice. So that would be what I would like to say to anyone out there that's questioning whether their stories are interesting enough. Hey, you're back.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I don't know what happened. I had internet connection, but Zoom is closed. Sorry.
No worries.
You were saying, especially filmmakers, female filmmakers, it's so important.
Yes, I was just saying that it's important for all of us to not be suppressed by the idea that our stories are worth less. I think it's very important that we take ownership of that voice, and that we tell our stories, because they need to be told and they need to be heard as well.
Özellikle kadın film yapımcıları, film yönetmenleri için söylemek istediğim bir şey var. Şu çok önemli ki bizim fikirlerimizin değersiz olduğu fikriyle bastırılmamalıyız. Fikirlerimiz, hikayelerimiz duyulmalı ve anlatılmalı.
Evet, kadınların daha çok film yapması dileğiyle. Çok teşekkür ederiz bizimle birlikte olduğu için.
We wish all women produce more movies, and we are very thank you so much for your time and being with us here today.
Of course. Thank you so much for showing the film and taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you.
Evet, teşekkür ederim.
Çok teşekkür ederim.
Benimle vakit geçirdiğiniz için.
Teşekkürler tekrar. Hoşça kalın. Görüşmek üzere. 17'de Hak Odaklı Sinema Paneli var. Orada buluşmak üzere. Hoşça kalın.